I think that's true, you're just like me. Yes, I can see we take responsibility.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time watching, welcome to my beauty entertainment channel, etc, etc, etc. 1. Check out some of my recent videos that are actually related to this topic. They're not. I've done 4 Everything Wrong With, which is a series on my channel where I basically just analyze a TV show. That's weird. I've done Victorious, I've done iCarly, I've done iCarly, and I've done Glee. So it's just 3. So why would I write 4? Anyway, check out those 4 videos, and then check out, I did a video recapping all the beauty community drama in 2019, because that relates to some of this stuff, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that one. And then I also did a video talking about makeup brands on their last legs, because some of them are, and one of them got themselves canceled yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't remember. So anyway, that's great. Check out my social media. Here's my Twitter and Instagram. Fun. Get ready with me, because what else is new? It's like 9 in the morning. I love filming in the morning because I'm a morning person. Like at 8 p.m. I'm clocked out. I'm a very much morning person. Okay, so I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I didn't know exactly how to frame it, and then a light bulb came to me and I came up with a great idea. Okay, so for not a while now, I've seen tweets, and I've even tweeted talking about that certain people have the most privilege or have the easiest way in the beauty community, or kind of in YouTube in general. And I decided, let's discuss. let's have the conversation. And I just wanted to come into this conversation with a little bit of research, because I did do that for all my videos. I don't want to come up here talking like a dumbass. Anyway, so to answer the title of this video, which I think I'm making the title of this video, it's who has the most privilege in the beauty community, or who has a leg up in the beauty community. And the answer is men, specifically white men. I'm pretty sure you could have guessed that, but we're gonna delve into why in case you don't understand. And so what this conversation starts off with is with men in makeup. Because men, do not get me wrong, men in makeup are still ridiculed and made fun of and treated as less than in 2020, but it's only certain men. It's non-white men. Follow me. Now that society has kind of moved towards that men in makeup isn't becoming as strange, it still is, like, let's preface that, it's still, people still don't like men in makeup because they're idiots, but society has started accepting certain men in makeup, and they only let those men, they're like, okay, it's fine if they wear makeup, but if you guys if you men wear makeup, that's not okay. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that, slur. That's the reason why most famous beauty YouTubers that are men are white or white adjacent. That's literally the reason why. Because still to this day, men in color aren't accepted in makeup. All the white men are, and we know the reason why. But men in color don't get the same benefits. So I wanted to start that off by saying that. And that's the reason why, I need to do my makeup. That's the reason why when these beauty brands want to diversify and, like get hip with the kids and be liberal or whatever they say, they want to put a man in their campaign, it's usually a white man. It's usually a white man or a very white adjacent man. They don't actually want to show inclusivity and show that they care. They want to go with the quote unquote safest option, because white men are pretty much the only men that are not universally, but pretty much universally accepted in makeup. And that's the reason who the first cover boy was. That's the reason he was chosen, but I'll get into that more later. So speaking of the top beauty influencers, there's not a actual list. Okay, I'm using a new foundation today. I'm using the Milani, wow, beauty guru. The Milani Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation. This literally just came out, but apparently I already ordered it, so this might be the wrong shade. You do what you do. So, speaking of the top beauty, it's an interesting texture. Speaking of the top, I'm gonna go with 2 pumps because that is thick as hell. the top beauty influencers, there's not an exact list, and the list that I found have all these irrelevant people like Zoella, like nobody cares anymore. So okay, shade match isn't that bad. All right, so they're as follows. It's James Charles, Jeffree Star, Nikki Tutorials, Tati Westbrook, Michelle Phan, even though I think she's not on YouTube that often anymore. Then Carly Bible, Jaclyn Hill, Manu MUA, Patrick Starr. Give me very It Cosmetics. Giving me very Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. Giving me very light, pale, ghostly. That's what that's giving me. Is it not what it's giving you? So you might be saying, wait, Amanda, you can't say that white men are the most privileged in the beauty community. What about white women? Well, let me introduce you to a little something called misogyny, because it still exists in this community, even though people are like, makeup is for women. How is there misogyny in makeup? Duh. The makeup brands, first of all, are mostly owned by men. That's a first of all, I think, but I'm pretty sure this is a nice foundation. Sorry, I have to take a break. This is a nice foundation. Wow, I don't feel anything on my skin. I just wanted to share. So back to what I was saying. White women do get away with a lot in the beauty community. I'm not here to deny that. I've made several videos on several white women who just continually show their ass on the internet. However, misogyny still exists, and misogyny is still alive and well, and it's even more prevalent in the beauty community, as I have seen by how women influencers are treated versus when they do something problematic, how women influencers are treated versus when a male influencer does something problematic. And I'll get into that right now. So let's start with keeping the same energy. Keeping the same energy. Drama channels love that nonsense, and that's why you all look the way you do. Anyway, so the man I won't speak of until later, his fans love to do the keeping the same energy. We keep it real here. Suck. But they don't understand. I don't think they're illiterate. I don't think they understand what the phrase means. Is when you're saying keeping it real, keeping the same energy. We love honesty, but your fave. Do I need to link I think there's a Reddit thread listing all of the things Jebediah Snorkel has done in his life that literally eradication. I probably can't threaten anyone on this YouTube channel, so I'm not going to. I'm gonna move on. So what I want to start with talking about first is talk about cancellation in the beauty community, or whatever you want to call it, because everyone has different things. First of all, there's a whole lot of arguments about like cancel culture isn't real. It could work in theory. Cancel culture could work, but not in practice due to this. So my chosen example today is Laura Lee, actually. Do you remember her? Yes, nobody really does, but she's still alive and kicking. If you don't remember Dramageddon 1, because it happened like 2 years ago, so racist tweets of Laura Lee's resurfaced and she got her ass got taken out of here. Basically, that's what happened. The woman's career was turned to dust. Literally everyone dropped her. Her brand got taken out of Ulta, Sephora. She was done. She was a little kaputzi. I have a conspiracy about that too, and it involves the Voldemort man that should not be named. So, what was interesting about that particular case of cancellation is that it was Voldemort and his fans that were leading the charge to get rid of Laura Lee. And I don't understand a lack of self-awareness. I don't understand how you cannot be aware that you are doing the exact same thing, but due to misogyny, the woman, as she should have gotten, her ass should have gotten taken out of here, but her ass got she was gone. She literally disappeared from the internet for like a little while, like not long enough, but she did disappear from the internet. And what is the real difference between Laura Lee's tweets resurfacing and us seeing the video where he told black women to throw battery acid on themselves to lighten their skin. What is the difference between the two? There is no difference. There is no difference at all. None. Not one. So why did one person's career get ruined and not the other person's career get ruined? It also has to do with the fact that I think Jeffree Star is a tyrant, and I think he is a sociopath, and I think he has his little talents in every corner of the beauty community, and I think he has a lot of power. That's a different video, but there is no real difference between the two, not in my opinion. Like, they both said awful stuff, and they both should have gotten their ass out of here, but I completely missed the thing. My next example is Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks again. So Jaclyn Hill released lipsticks earlier this year that had literal disease in them, but you already knew that because you already watched my video on it. Let me prep my powder. So I made a whole video talking about how Jaclyn Hill, I have to preface this saying as she should have, got torn into. She didn't have to do all that, but she literally got her ass handed to her because she created infested lipstick. That's not my problem. However, what was a difference between that and when the Smelly Man and Megamind released a palette collaboration? That's rude to Megamind, actually. I love that movie. I'm sorry. When they released a palette and there were hairs found in that palette as well, people got all their palettes are broken. Karma. It's a great thing. When you order from two racists and your palette comes broken, I don't feel bad for you. But what is the difference between those two situations? Nothing. There is not a difference. Both a lack of quality, but when you order from people like that, you're not going to get much quality. But the people with the most privilege in the beauty community will always get away with that stuff. And this is the perfect segue. So, you need to listen to this statement. White men in the beauty community get away with everything while simultaneously doing absolutely nothing. And that might be confusing to some of you, so I'm going to break it down. Listen, preface, disclaimer. There are talented white male influencers. There are, but there's few and far between. Okay, that's my preface. So, these white men will come up doing the absolute bare minimum and getting all these accolades off the bat. They'll literally put on here's the thing, I don't understand why if makeup is manly, it has to be messy. Why does it look like, first of all, I don't know because people use that adjective, they describe makeup as there's manly makeup. Why does it always look messy? Why does it always look ridiculous? Why does it look like a 2-year-old did it? It can still look good. They're producing mediocre content, mediocre work, putting little to no effort, and getting all of the subscribers. If you look at the biggest, or not even the biggest, just any white male influencer, they're pretty average. Pretty average at their work. There's much more talented, passionate, and driven individuals of color, men of color, so I'm talking about men, who make far superior content to them, but they're not, no. Society says no. YouTube says no. YouTube blackball, what is the word? Shadow bans them, while simultaneously pushing James Charles into my fucking trending page every 15 minutes. What is going on? Great foundation. Great foundation. Okay. Now, let's discuss how they're doing everything, because that was the part. They're doing nothing. They're not creating actual interesting content. They're not doing anything. They're doing the same old shit. Clones. That's where the idea of a beauty boy clone comes from. They're all doing the same shit. And nobody says anything except for black women and black men. But you know, that's how the life we live. Okay, I'm using the Laura Mercier powder for the first time. I've used it before, but I'm using the translucent color instead of translucent medium deep. So let's discuss how they're doing everything and getting away with it all. White male influencers are just drama. Constantly in drama. Listen, they're always creating some sort of controversy just because they want to. And for why? What's the reason why? They have no talent. There is no way for them to stay relevant unless it's creating controversy. They create controversy. They're painting natural disasters on their face. They're accusing people of faking eating disorders. They're making up fake drama, fake stories, inserting themselves into things that are not their business, because how else are they gonna stay relevant? Would you know any of these beauty boy clones' names if they weren't constantly in mess? You wouldn't. But what happens to them? Nothing. This influencer, Cole something, that might be his name. He's done a lot of fuck shit. First of all, he recently posted, because of the Australia fires, did an Australia fire look. Listen. If you're painting a natural disaster on your face, there are some deeper rooted issues there. What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong? People are dying. And you say, I'm gonna be an activist. I'm gonna take my brushes and my Morphe 35O and I'm gonna paint something on my face because this is gonna solve the problem. Listen, this is a tangent too. They're always like, well, I just wanted to bring more awareness. You think people don't know about the Australia fires? You think people who follow you don't know about the Australia fires? And painting a fire on your face is gonna help them discover it. That's 2. 3. They always say they wanna help, but there is never, ever, ever a link anywhere to donate to actual crisis relief centers for the Australia fires. Never. Every time this natural disaster thing happens, they're always like, I want to bring awareness. Where's the link? Where's the link to the charity? It's not there. The link to your Instagram is there, but the link to the charity is not there. Moving on, because I can't. Idiots. I'm telling you, we're living amongst, I don't deal with stupid people. I don't. I consider myself very intelligent. I can't do it. Moving on. They can't grow on their own merit and talents, so they resort to cheap tricks and stunts to keep themselves relevant. Every single white beauty boy who is big has done that. Resorted to cheap tricks and ridiculous shit just to stay relevant, because they're not talented. You're probably gonna be like, well, this white beauty guru is talented. I'm sure there are. I follow some. They're very, very talented. But there's like 3 of them. there's like 3 of them. And they're all over the place. They're constantly being shoved down our throats. And it's like, the thing that really bothers me is it's like brands really, really love to be like, we are so inclusive. We have a man in our campaign. White, pasty, eggshell, what? Yogurt. We're so inclusive. We love everyone who wears makeup. Beauty boys in makeup, white. Who are you helping? What is that innovative? It's not. And then now we're going to be discussing technically the 2 most popular beauty influencers on YouTube, like according to subscribers, both men, both white. Of course, you already know who they are. So first, I'll get the egomaniacal menace of society out of the way. I don't need to list all the horrific racist things that Jebediah Snorkel has done. You can go look them up for yourselves because there's a lot of them. There's a whole Reddit subthread, I'm pretty sure I didn't make that up. So I don't need to list them. Because there has been no sign of change. And I don't care if they were 8 years ago. There's been no sign of change, and it's been a constant stream of behavior. Listen, a pattern is a pattern. Sitting in front of a blue backdrop and crying to a camera is not an apology. And even if it was a genuine apology, I don't have to accept it. It is not my job to make that man feel better because he said some violently racist shit 8 years ago. That's not my job. I'm pre-med. I have better things to do with my life. So, most of these white or white adjacent male beauty influencers have been in some sort of scandal. And then birds get on the big blue app called Twitter, like, why is the beauty community so full of drama? Why is it so full of scandal? Look who you guys put at the top. Why don't you focus on somebody else? I don't understand the problem. I don't understand how this man has any fans. I don't understand. He doesn't respect his own fans. He doesn't respect his own supporters who got him out of whatever situation he was in before. But whatever. You already know how I feel about Jeffree Star. You already know how I feel about him, so I don't need to say any more. But I will move on to Sir James Charles. And I said sir because he thinks he's worthy of that title. He really does. So, this is my thing. Everyone acts surprised when James Charles does fuck shit. They're like, he could never. Did we all forget, not all, because I didn't. Did y'all forget that we met James Charles off a bold-faced lie? We discovered who that man was off a bold-faced lie. That whole senior portrait thing that got him on Ellen was a bold-faced lie that he used to become famous. The whole reason he became a cover boy was due to a bold-faced lie. Did we forget? I didn't, but you know, smarter than most people. Whatever. So like when he does fuck shit, I'm like, that's his brand. His brand is to lie. His brand is to do ridiculous nonsense. For what reason? For why? Those Ebola Africa tweets happen? Nobody cares. He said transphobic shit literally every blue moon? Nobody cares. And he got to a point where I think this was around the beginning of 2018, right before his palette came out. He was at like a really, really high point. Like he was only growing. And he started acting like he was God's gift to me. He started acting like he was God's gift to the beauty community, and I said, listen, you're not that talented. I think he's really talented. I think James Charles is talented. The growth that we met him, I think, in 2016. By 2018, he had over 10 million subscribers. He's talented, not that talented. Sorry, not that talented. And the thing that about James Charles is all those scandals have. I don't know how many there were, but the numbers kept growing. His growth was astronomical. The only person I can compare his growth to is maybe Emma Chamberlain, but honestly I think his growth was stranger than hers, because like people knew Emma before and then something made her I forget what it was, something made her like really blow up, and then her growth happened. This guy kind of came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden like 2 years later he's sitting at a hefty like 13 million or something. It's quite interesting. I have a conspiracy about it, but I don't need to share that. We met him, we turned away for 1 second, turned back. Hi sisters, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's very interesting. And this happened amidst scandal month after month. These people make scandals their brands. They're like, I hope I don't get another sister scandal. What? Saying you're afraid to go to Africa because you're gonna get Ebola is not a scandal. That is some heavily racist and xenophobic shit. Whoa! Listen. I want to try this new highlighter. It's from Nabla. I don't know this brand. I just think this is really, really pretty, so I ordered it. If I could find my brush. So are we seeing how I just use the two most famous, technically, beauty boys as an example? Are we seeing how they just get away with fuck shit? And we see in comparison to big white women influencers like Jaclyn Hill, even though they do get away with a lot of stuff too, there's a difference. It's misogyny. There's a difference. And that is why I don't, it's not I already said this before, it's not groundbreaking to me if you collaborate with a white beauty boy. It's not like they have the most privilege in this community. They grow the fastest by doing absolutely nothing and doing absolutely everything at the exact same time. They get away with literal nonsense that no one else could ever do. Because listen, I like when people do messed up stuff, I think they should be held accountable, but the way the social media not y'all but like people choose to pick and choose who they want to hold accountable is it's very telling who they choose to hold accountable. When it's a black woman doing fuck shit and they do fuck shit and they should be taken out of here, it's always immediate and it's right away. But when we have literal, you could write a dissertation on all the bad stuff these two have done. 15 million subscribers, 16 million subscribers, brand deal, $1 million mansion, blah, 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 blah. It's quite interesting. to say the very least. It's quite interesting. I didn't use the blush I wanted to use. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, do you agree with me that the white men have the most privilege? You probably do, because I'm right. It's just, it's so strange. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. These men aren't talented. Like, objectively, are they good YouTubers? Like, are they? I'm trying to, because I wasn't subscribed to James Charles, but I used to watch his videos like back in the day. Was there anything innovation? Was that I didn't see it, and I know Voldemort doesn't have videos like that. I don't think he even makes videos, but it's very interesting. And also, I have issues with Morphe as a company, as a whole brand, but I think they're involved in this conspiracy. I think they're involved in making these two famous. It literally seems like James Charles was given, specifically him, all white beauty boys, but specifically him, were given a golden path to stardom. And no matter how many bad things he did, nothing happened to him. The literal sister gate that happened last year happened, and he gained all of those subscribers back. To what? Listen. The things he was accused of being in Tati's video, if that had been anyone else, they would have been done. But he's back and he's thriving. It's very interesting, and I don't like it. But yeah, that's the end of my video. I don't really know what I said. I don't know if I said a lot or nothing at the same time. I probably did. So yeah, thank you guys so much. First of all, I like this foundation. I think it looks really good. It looks good in the viewfinder, and it looks good in person. Also, something to mind when you test out, when you test out foundation, something to also mind is that make sure you're using a powder, like a universally good powder. Don't use a powder that only works with specific stuff. You didn't need to know that, but something to share. I like that foundation, and I like the highlighter. I don't highlight that much anymore, so I don't really care about highlighters, but I just wanted to share in case you were curious. And yeah, that's officially the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. What else did I say at the end? Check out my recent videos. They're linked on the screen here. And follow me on social media if you would like to do that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.